Hello, my little nerds and nerdettes. Please join us for another episode of
Dungeon Crawlers!
Dungeon
Yeah!
crawlers.
Welcome back!
Beans, what the fuck?
Hold on. This motherfucker eating beans, what the fuck?
Yeah, you do that really well.
something like that. Took a little hiatus because I got sick. Still kind of meh. Voice is coming and going, but we're gonna try and pound one out here before the holiday season for us Americans. Uh, where we left off, I'm trying to remember. My brain's all foggy, but the party made their way to the second level into the residential area, kind of looking for the beans. Um, well, you made your way into the residential area, trying to cast locate object, looking for blacksmithing tools. Um, you guys managed to trace down a thick leather apron that seemed to be used for cutting of some sort, only to find it to a house that was seemed to be occupied by somebody. Um, where you were terrorized by a small little girl who was being assaulted in her own home. Um, the party proceeded to scare this poor innocent child, and um, you know, Nova, being the person that she was, proceeded to cast faces and obscenities at the small child. Um, you move on from this, looking across the rest of this residential area, only to be pointed in, I believe, the
South.
south direction. Yes, um, where you were kind of told at one point they had lived there. You were unsure if they still were there, but you were kind of making your way in that direction as you were told to find them, and they would kind of help you or get you in contact with area. So it's kind of where we left off. Everybody apologize. My voices are probably not going to be on so much tonight, but we'll do our best. Um, we also might have to cut the session just short, but we'll see how much we can power through.
I'll play it by
So
ear.
you are making your way south, in that general direction. Um, Right now, you kind of just left the northern residential area. To your west, um, was kind of the more posh area. Uh, you guys are kind of north to south is more of your middle class, whereas your west is kind of the lower nobility, I guess you could say. Higher end merchants, whatnot. They're not quite royalty or higher nobility that they're allowed on the third tier, but this is where they sit. So, you guys are heading south towards the residential area. Um,
Treading
yeah.
onwards to the
Are you
south.
guys wanting to do anything in the meantime?
Probably cursing about the kid, trying to hit me with a stake. Even though I did tell her it was a vampire, it was probably the right thing to do for her. Aside from complaining about that, we'd probably just be, or I would just be walking to try and get to the south as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Especially because we don't really know where the beans are. We just have an idea that they're south, but still lost.
In the southerly direction.
The southerly.
Sounds good. Takes about probably about 10 to 15 minutes of good walking. And you do make your way by this kind of like middle-ish area that a good portion of this upper nobility-ish type area, a lot of the houses are right up against the streets, but they are all gated off. I would say probably roughly like 8, 10 foot high gated communities, I guess you could say. Not like the whole community in general. Each house almost has their own gating.
Oh, fancy.
Fancy. You make your way to the southernmost residential area. The houses here they're nice houses. They're larger houses. They're very well kept. Um, you do see some kids running around through the streets. You see people kind of walking around. There is a small kind of, I guess you could say like bar tavern-ish type area off to the right. Looks like some kind of bakery. You see a little spot where there's kind of like a small tailor. There's like tiny, tiny little shops, but nothing like crazy. It's mostly residential.
Hmm. Is the bakery open?
Is the bakery? The bakery is open.
I'm going to go into said bakery.
Okay. You
Let's
walk
get
into
baked.
said bakery. You notice a large, plump woman behind the counter seems to be humming and doing things to herself. You notice two gnomish girls walking around. They have white aprons on, and you are immediately greeted by one of them. She has kind of purple hair pulled back into a very tight ponytail with kind of like a little bonnet, and she's holding a tray. And I apologize ahead of time. These are females. Welcome in. Welcome in. Would you like a sample?
Oh, yes, I'd love one.
Um, she kind of holds up the tray, and you see one row of almost like a little cookie with like a dollop of like jelly or something on the top of it. And there's another row that almost looks like a chocolate chip cookie with kind of like a Hershey's Kiss on top of that. You see, and then you see several other assorted cookies or bakery goods of certain things.
I'm gonna grab the cookie with the dollop of jelly.
Okay. Um, I mean, you know this. It used to get made for us. It's like a thumbprint cookie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, super super good.
Oh, oh, those are wonderful. Can I buy a
Uh,
couple of them?
yes, we have random bags with um all sorts that you could buy here on the wall. We also do made to orders. If you make your way to the desk, we can get you rung up easily and get you on with your day.
Thank you. I'll go up to the desk.
Okay. You notice a very plump, larger dwarven woman that has jet, not jet black, dark brown hair pulled out into two long ponytails to each side that come into a center, and then they're tied off into one braid. And then she's got a beard that comes down and then has a bunch of like rings and hoops embroidered and not embroidered but tied up into the beard and then tucked into a um kind of like a handkerchief or like a tied off scarf.
Oh, all the women here have beards. I'm gonna smile and be like, can I get one of the bags with the random assortment of cookies?
Yes, we do have several of these kinds. Would you like a small, a medium, or a large bag?
What's the price difference?
For the large bag, it is 1 gold. For the medium, it's 50 silver. And for the small bag is only about 10 copper.
I'll go ahead and get a large bag.
Sounds good. Much appreciated. She reaches back and grabs this large, I mean, it's a larger bag. And she begins to kind of, put a random assortment of cookies into it. She ties off a bow at the top and kind of does the thing where they take like the scissors and they pull out like the strips and makes it like,
Ooh.
coily and fancy and stuff like that. She ties a like a pinkish red flower into one side of the bow. Kind of tucks it into the back side of the bag and then proceeds to take like a tiny little knife, and she cuts like 2 or 3 little designs out of the little bag, and then hands the bag over to you.
Oh, nice. That's lovely. How many cookies are in the bag, Ginge?
I would say probably like two baker's dozens,
Okay.
so like 24 cookies roughly. It's a lot. It's a large bag.
Okay.
Like I guess like it'd be like the equivalent of people from Minnesota getting like going to the getting the Martha's cookies in the big old, you know what I'm talking about, treble. You go to the state fair here and they give you like a whole tote of chocolate chip cookies. It's just this bag that's like overflowing with the random assortments of cookies. So,
I mean, there'd be 100 cookies in that bucket, and you'd eat all of them because
oh,
they.
you're not wrong. I get sick doing it every time too, every single time. And then you got to go to the stand next door and get the you got to get the milk too. Yeah, every time.
Hell
Every
yeah.
time.
So I'm gonna say, oh, this looks lovely, thank you. And then I'm gonna pass her a gold piece. I'm curious. We're not from around here. We're actually looking for Harold Bean, Harold and Sarah Bean. Do you happen to know if they live near here somewhere?
You see the friendly demeanor kind of wash away for a second. Like her face goes from that like giddy storefront owner to kind of like stoned cold face, like looking at you in terms of like, what do you mean, or like what do you want, why?
Oh, so I can kind of get that she's like like I look suspicious, like what, or not, like she's giving that demeanor of like, questioning, like what the hell would you want to know that for, kind of.
Roll an insight check to see how much you can glean. That's probably what
I
I
was
should have
gonna do that.
left off with.
I'll do insight, but I also was gonna do a quick detect thoughts, as I asked. But I'm gonna roll insight. 1 second. Insight. Where are you? Where are you? A 16.
16. You get pretty much that and almost like a general distrust right off the bat.
Okay.
Like the moment you brought that name up, it's a why. And then
Okay.
you said you're detecting thoughts on the same time.
Yeah, so I probably would get the same thing. Probably something
Okay.
like, "What the hell are you asking for?"
You get more along the lines of another one. Why can't you surface dwellers leave them alone?
Okay, gotcha. I'm gonna completely change my demeanor and kind of take on a very passive, not confrontational or aggressive or pushy in any terms, like I did with the child. And just come off as like, I mean, I'm sorry, we're not trying to intrude. We just, it's unfortunate because we heard he was such an amazing blacksmith, and I know that he got shut down by Vivek's blade. We were really just hoping there was something we could do to help.
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because you name dropped getting shut down by Vivek's blade.
Okay. Persuasion. Persuasion. Come on. 15.
15?
Mhm.
Okay. What kind of business do you have with Mr. Bean?
That's what we were hoping for. I know he was shut down, but considering he clearly was passionate about his craft, and I don't know if he still does blacksmithing, even though he was shut down. I was hoping there was something we could do to maybe help, considering the situation with Vivek's blade, which clearly doesn't deserve the reputation they have, because it seems they don't have the same passion for the
Of course they
weaponry.
don't. What kind of fool makes tools like that?
I completely agree. I saw it firsthand, and it was honestly it.
Shut down. They didn't get shut down, they got ran out.
Yeah, I saw the
Bamboozled,
prices were
taken.
crazy. Everything was cheap and cheaply made, and I don't understand how they. I mean, I guess it was quantity, and we're hoping for the quality that we know that Mr. Bean had, and whether or not there's anything that we can do to help, hoping that even if he still maybe does make weaponry, that there's something that he could do to help us. Maybe we could, I don't know, acquire his services if he still does participate in making weapons.
She kind of looks you up and down. Looks the group up and down.
I guess I didn't even ask if everybody came in with me. Did anybody wait outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine Axel came with me, but did anybody else come inside?
I would have come inside with you.
Okay, she kind of looks. She looks you over for a little bit. Looks at Axel. Looks at KB. Looks at Sophia. I think you said you went in, and
Yep.
Patience. Okay. She kind of looks the whole group up and down.
I understand the skepticism.
I don't think I can help you. I don't know where he's at this moment at all. I apologize. There's nothing I can do to help you. But don't forget your cookies. And she slides you a small bag of cookies across the table.
I'll pass her another gold piece. Regardless if she'd help me or not, I'm gonna give her a gold. Honestly, thank you. I didn't want to cause any trouble. We truly
No.
would just very much respect what he did, and we're just hoping to find him.
No, not a problem. And enjoy your cookies.
Thank you.
I much appreciate the business.
I'm gonna do
Thank
a
you.
surface detect thoughts right as I'm about to walk away.
You get I hope they help.
Okay. Yeah, I got the impression. Oh man. I'm gonna wave at her as I walk out.
Okay.
With
She kind of gives you like a nod, like a smile and a nod. Excuse me. You have that large bag of cookies that you got, and then she gave you a very small bag of cookies as well.
I'm gonna look in the small bag to see what.
A small bag?
Yeah.
So as you leave and you open up the small bag, there is a small note in there.
Oh
Seems to be
shit!
an address.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
I'm glad I looked in the fucking bag. Otherwise I was just gonna drop it in my backpack and have no fucking clue. I was gonna look in it to see how many cookies there were, but fuck yeah. There's a note. Ooh. I'm gonna like light up as I see the note, but I'm gonna like not open it. I'm gonna act like I didn't see a note as I walk out. And once I'm outside, I'm just gonna kind of glance around and make sure there's nobody around looking at me.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Perception. I don't like how they save the stuff on this sheet. It's so difficult to find stuff. Perception, there you are. 15.
15.
Yeah.
You don't think you see anybody. You kind of do a quick glance around. There's a normal amount of people walking around, a set of guards kind of off in the distance. You don't feel like there's any peering eyes.
Just in case, I'm gonna like in the bag open the note and make it kind of look like I'm just grabbing for a cookie, and then I'm gonna have it open so I can read it while it's inside the bag and put a cookie in my mouth like I'm eating it, and then look into the bag and try to read the note.
Okay.
Basically trying to make it look like there's not a note in there while I'm reading it and eating a cookie.
Perception check or performance?
For the note?
To make it look like you're eating a cookie stealthily.
I'm not eating it stealthily. I'm making it
You're
legit.
trying to read a note, but you're trying to read the
Yeah.
note inside of the bag,
Oh,
right?
yes, because I'm trying to like, oh, I'm looking in the bag of cookies and I'm gonna eat a cookie while the note is in the bag. So I'm gonna
Roll a
stare.
performance check.
Oh shit!
I think that's more fun.
Fucking hell, dude. Performance. I like 15. We're rolling with the 15.
You had 15 again?
Yeah, what the fuck? 16, 15, 10, 15, 15.
The DC was low. So you guys come out and you guys are all kind of standing around waiting for Nova. And she comes out and you immediately see her like reach into the bag, and she's like holding the bag like, yeah, it's a decent sized bag. And she holds it right up to her face, and you just see her eating for a long period of time, but it doesn't look out of the normal. Like, she's eating the cookie normally, like she's not being a weirdo about eating the cookie and like holding the bag like she's using the bag to catch crumbs.
All
So-
right, secure your bag. Goddamn.
Or like I'm really admiring the cookies inside the bag.
Yeah, like, yeah, obviously, I mean, they must taste good.
Yeah, what does the note say, Ginge? You want to type it to me or just tell me?
It just says 3 streets down to the left, White House with purple banners. Look for the big H on the door.
I'm gonna reach in and grab a cookie, but also grab the note, and then I'm gonna look at everybody. Anybody want a cookie? They're really good.
Yeah, I'll take one.
I'll hand the cookies in that small bag out.
'Kay.
To everybody.
Munch, munch, munch.
I'd like one.
Yeah, I'll give everybody one.
Patience, what's your favorite kind of cookie again?
I can tell you what kind of cookie is her favorite.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Cookie back in Kalor. The cookie you ran off for.
Ha ha ha. Very funny.
I mean, I'm not lying.
Well, you know, it was all nice until I passed out. Because I was drugged. Them cookies was drugged, I tell you.
Yeah, it was drugged all right. Did everybody accept a cookie, or did anybody decide not to take a cookie?
I would like one.
I will not take one.
Of course you fucking wouldn't. Anyway, I'm just gonna put the note, I'm gonna grab my pack and put the note in my pack. And make it look like I'm putting the bag in there.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just kind of turn to look at everybody and be like, I think I have an idea of where to go.
Okay. Patience, since you didn't answer my question, every time you take a bite of your cookie, it's gonna taste like a different type of cookie. So
What the?
you take a bite of it, it's chocolate chip, and then you take a bite and it tastes like peanut butter. And then you take a bite and it tastes like oatmeal raisin. And each time you take a bite, it'll...
Ugh. Oatmeal raisin, what the fuck?
You didn't say your favorite.
Dog shit. Get this shit out of my mouth.
They're good cookies. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oatmeal raisin's the best.
Oatmeal raisin.
You
is
guys
Haters.
are on fucking drugs.
Hater.
Oatmeal raisin's not the best.
Oatmeal raisin is fucking F tier.
The best.
White chocolate macadamia nut.
Oh.
Okay, all right. That's at least A tier right there.
That's fucking S tier.
Monster cookie.
What the fuck is that?
You know how to fucking monster cookie?
No,
Isn't it
please
oatmeal
explain.
raisin also?
Monster cookie's got everything in it, minus the fucking raisins, because they don't belong in that shit. But like,
Yeah.
it's basically like oatmeal, peanut butter, chocolate chips, M&Ms.
It's got like walnuts.
Okay, that actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
loaded.
fire.
Like chocolate.
There's one that's called like a
All it
garbage
needs is
sink.
raisins.
A garbage sink or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
pretty much.
Garbage sink?
Garbage sink. I'm not even joking. It's
What
called
the
like
You don't know what a
garbage
fucking
sink.
is monster cookies like a fucking Midwest thing? Like
I live in the Midwest. What are you talking
you're
about?
not in the Midwest. You're fucking Ohio. Nobody likes Ohio.
The
Get the
garbage
fuck outta here.
garbage sink.
Literally
cookie
no one.
has
Only
like
Ohio
fucking
thinks of Ohio as Midwest.
Chex
I was
Mix.
gonna say,
What do you mean? It's literally in the region.
Yeah, it's not.
uh,
We don't
Bob
claim you.
Dylan was famously considered a Midwesterner, and he was from Ohio.
Ugh.
Wait,
We
who?
like Bob Dylan, but
Bob
not
Dylan.
Ohio.
Y'all hating.
Yeah, we are. 100%.
We do hate Ohio here. That is.
Yeah. 100% fact. The only good thing to come out of Ohio is meth.
bruh.
And that's
All right,
Bob
I'll just
Dylan.
leave then.
Good night.
Oh,
Ray?
oh shit. No, I was wrong. He was born in Minnesota. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bob
oh,
Dylan.
see, I knew it. I knew we couldn't dislike him. So no way he came from Ohio.
Bob
I know
Dylan is a
the-
Minnesotan through and through, bro.
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
that does make sense.
What good came out of Ohio?
Nothing. My Google
Oh.
crashed.
God damn. Airplanes, light bulbs, and chewing gum.
Yeah. So
According
shut your
to this,
So every time you fly somewhere, thank God for fucking Ohioans.
Or
Yeah,
every
we
time
all-
you turn on a light.
I
we
thought-
all know that
I thought it
we
said,
all know that Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, is located in Ohio. So we can
Yeah.
definitely attribute the airplane.
That's where they tested it, but the Wright brothers were from Ohio.
You know what
I'm
the
not
best
gonna
thing
lie.
to come out
And
of
they
Minnesota
chose-
was?
and they left. I wonder why.
The
Eat
best,
eat all of the shit.
The best
According
thing
to
to
this-
come out of Minnesota was the Juicy Lucy.
Yeah.
Just
I thought it
saying.
said pornographs though, but it's phonograph.
That's not
gonna be
the
like-
same.
I was actually gonna say Ohio.
Ohio
okay.
was the first. To have
MVP.
Okay, but we
Uh,
are responsible for the development of recording technology.
All right, guys, back on track. Here we go.
Ohio,
Okay,
the birthplace
alright.
of porn.
So I'm gonna mind
It's
link
canon.
with Axel, and I'm gonna tell him
Y'all
that
hating.
I got Oh, did it stop? Did the music stop?
I was talking about Ohio.
Still. Oh, shit, what the hell is happening? 1 second. Kenku, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Whatever. Anyway,
No, because
oh,
Ohio's
I
a big meme.
disconnected. What the
Deep
fuck?
down, Ray, we just want you to move to Minnesota.
I mean, you're gonna have to pay me a lot.
It's better up here, anyways.
We'll
we go.
pay you with our with snow.
I'm gonna
snow and cold
Bro!
temps.
mind linking with Axel.
Jesus.
Mind linking with Axel. We went on a fucking tangent. It's time to come back. Mind linking with Axel, and I'm gonna tell him that the baker gave me a note and told me exactly where to go.
Huh. Lucky break.
Yeah, she hid it in the bag. I'm glad I looked in the bag. I didn't look in the big bag, so it worked out. And I'm gonna lead the way. And away we go. I'm gonna follow the instructions
Away
that
you
were on the
go.
note to where Harold Bean is.
Okay.
I'm wondering though, while I'm walking, why she put it on a note and why she couldn't tell me. So I'm like,
Um,
I'm sincerely.
I'll
like,
walk up to
concerned.
Nova. I'll walk up to Nova and ask, it's just, isn't it weird now? Multiple people have had that reaction when we bring his name up.
Well, I mean, she
It's-
didn't seem like upset about them. She more seemed upset that people were looking for him. So maybe they've.
But she went from cheery to, oh no, here's another one. And I don't know if it's just too many people looking for it. I mean,
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure
maybe
lots
they
of
get a
people
hard time.
come here and they get sick of that place you guys went.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got the
I
impression
think there's
that
something
people
else
thought
going
it...
on.
Evelyn,
There's something else going on.
did you take a cookie?
Can I insight or perception it first?
I mean, I would go to hand you the cookie because I was handing it out to everybody.
And we all die.
And when I handed you the cookie, would you have taken it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so roll a perception check.
Hold on.
I'm drowning my feelings in Twix.
So am I. No way.
Looks bars are goaded.
I'm more of a Reese's guy. I mean, I could literally sit down and eat an entire bag, and I would throw up and then continue eating. I have a problem.
15.
15?
15. Oh
Okay.
my god. The 15s are rolling tonight.
I can't believe you're also eating a Twix as I'm sitting here like. Great. 15.
Looks fine.
Okay, I'll eat it.
Okay, you
Fuck
take
yeah!
a bite, and right in the center of the cookie, there's a little, I don't know, like a blade of leaf with some roots coming out of the end of it.
Spitting it out.
And immediately, like, you bite it, and it's really good. And it's just
Don't
like,
care.
I know, but it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Oh, when you're eating like steak or some shit like that, and you're enjoying it thoroughly, and you get that one piece of gristle.
I'm a vegetarian, so that doesn't resonate with me, but I get what you're trying to say.
Okay, we'll go with that. How about when you're eating Brussels sprouts, and you get that one Brussels sprout that's like
A little
I
too
don't know,
raw.
it does,
Extra
yeah,
bitter.
it just doesn't hit right.
Spitting it out. Not even gonna try and hide it.
Yeah, so like instantly you guys watch as Evelyn's like, and just begins to like mouth this piece of cookie like out onto the ground next to you guys.
I will legit like stop what I'm doing and look at her and raise an eyebrow. The cookies are amazing. Which one did you get that it was worthy of spitting it out?
It's the mint chocolate chip.
Do you...
I actually like mint chocolate chip.
Oh, yes, chocolate chip is so good.
I'm gonna still have my eyebrow raised.
Um,
Mint chocolate chip is good. Do you not like mint or chocolate or...
No, don't like mint.
Really? Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, more for me then.
The rest of you guys, just out of curiosity, as you guys are eating your cookies as well, roll perception check. I'm just curious. Anybody who
I'm not really paying attention to my cookie. I'm focusing on constantly changing Patience's cookie.
I only
Okay.
rolled a 6, so I probably would just like look at my cookie like
No,
there's
you
nothing
eat
wrong
the
with
whole
these. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I would more just be like, wow, these are amazing cookies. I would like glance at it like
Anybody
this is
who
great.
rolls over a 13, let me know. If you didn't roll over a 13, you woof the cookie down.
Oh, wait, what?
Roll a
What do you mean, wait,
perception.
what?
Oh, perception. What? Hang on.
KB didn't get a cookie. And I would have handed Axel a cookie. I'm not sure if he would have eaten it or not.
Yeah, 7. Roll.
7? You woof the cookie down. In between her changing the cookie flavors on you, you hit one that's
I'll
like
just-
the right cookie, and you're like, oh yeah, down the pipe.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Without even thinking
I
twice.
had a thought.
Uh-oh.
Can I purify food and drink?
Do you you have a spell that purifies food and drink?
Yeah,
There
it's
is
called
a
Purify
spell
Food
called
and Drink.
Purify Food and Drink, yeah.
Oh, I know that. I just didn't know if she had it.
I do.
Jesus. Well, then, yes, you may.
Cool. Marked that one off.
So, do you take another cookie?
No.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be giving her
no.
another cookie.
Well, I'm
because
just
she
saying,
won't-
like, do you take
I mean-
another cookie and then you cast Purify Food and Drink on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
she doesn't get another cookie. I saw her
Oh.
spit it out, and I wouldn't have given her another one. I'd be like, no, that's a
Or-
waste.
Are you casting it over everyone's cookie or just?
Well,
your
it
cookie?
says within a 5-foot radius, so basically it would cover all of them.
Okay.
I mean, I already wolfed mine down.
Saved, maybe.
Depends on how quick on the draw she is.
Nah, I wolfed it down because I rolled a fucking 6.
And actually, like, just for laughs, my sleight of hand was only a 5, so you probably noticed.
So you watch her as you guys are in between wolfing the cookies down and kind of chewing and getting the last remnants, chewed up and swallowed. She kind of just turns after she spits the cookie out and kind of like, she does like that, scrapes her tongue and like, oh. And then she looks at the whole party and kind of gives you guys like a weird look and then just instantly casts something. And you kind of, yeah, actually
Curious if
each
I'd
one of
noticed.
you
I'm gonna
each
roll.
one of you guys kind of feel like a tingle in your mouth and yeah, like a little tingle in your mouth and like something like the cookie mixes and then it's fine.
I'm just
Did
gonna be
anybody
curious.
So you rolled, Axel, what did you roll?
12.
12.
12? Okay, yeah, you wouldn't have noticed then.
Yeah.
KB, you didn't take one. Strat, you woofed yours down. Sophia, you weren't even paying attention. So you guys, those of you that ate cookies, you kind of feel like this, like all of a sudden, like a little tingle in your mouth, and you're like, the hell? And you kind of watch her like cast something like the air, where she casts kind of like a smell of fresh flowers and maple syrup waft through the air, and
Very
you feel like
mapley.
this, yeah, very mapley, and you feel this like a tingle in your mouth, and then yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna be on top of the spitting the cookie out and then her doing the hand waving. What did you just do?
I purified food and drink just in case.
Was something wrong with the cookies? Aside from
Well-
the fact that you don't like mint?
I guess I realized she wasn't there for the conversation, and I don't think they even told her. I did mention to them that this plant is being used in this region, and does have the potential to be used for not so great purposes. So it's just a precaution.
Did she explain that to Nova just now?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, so just in case. Gotcha. So you
Oh,
I'm gonna have one spell slot left for this. I'm gonna cast Locate Object, and then I'll tell them what I'm doing. But I'm gonna use Locate Object on that plant one more time. Hemlock weed.
Okay, 1 second. You notice
Weed? What?
I'm looking for some dank shit nearby.
all right, so you are. Come on up, baby. I'll get you hired, Diablo. You cast detect on Hemlock.
Yeah. Well, I'll ask the group first. I'll tell them what I'm about to do.
Okay.
I can see if she has some of the hemlock weed.
Who?
Are you worried that she might have some?
The store owner, the cookie maker,
The cookie
baker,
person.
I guess is what
The
that'd be
baker.
called.
I'll kind of like be pointing my question towards Evelyn.
I mean, it's that. There's also like, what?
Just a note, real quick, Evelyn.
Yeah.
What you've been finding is not hemlock, like the baby stuff that you've been finding. It doesn't
Yeah.
look the same. It's just kind of what I sent you in a message. It's just something
If
weird.
I explain it to him, though, can he do anything with it?
Possibly, it'd be really hard. You've never seen what
Its
you've been
original form?
finding. Yeah, you've never seen it, so like its grown up form. You don't know what it is. It's just what I explained to you. It's something completely different, something weird that you've never seen before.
Okay, well, then yeah, I'll say like it could be that, or it could be this other plant, but I'm not certain yet because I haven't had a chance to study it.
Well, if it's... You seem certain she has either that or the hemlock weed. I could at least check which one it is, if that's helpful.
It'll rule out at least one of them.
I'll start casting it, and I'll cast it on hemlock weed specifically.
Hemlock weed specifically. Okay.
Yep. So if there's any hemlock weed within 1,000 feet of me, it would detect it. The nearest source of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because you guys are roughly
We're south.
just outside of the southern part of town. You do not get any blips.
I'll shake my head. It's not hemlock weed.
Maybe it's the other plant. I need to be able to find it to be able to study it, though.
I'm gonna kind of shrug because all of this is over my head and confusing, and I'm gonna start walking in the direction the note described to me.
Okay.
You snuck into the other house. And we know the baker has some. Want to give it a try?
Wait, we need to sneak in?
I don't think she's going to give it to us for free. You've never
Wait.
stolen something before?
No, you have?
Oh, honey, you don't know Sophia very well. About to learn. That was out of character, sorry.
And if you don't want it, I'll just kind of turn away. Walk up next to Patience.
I don't
Do
know
it.
what are
Peer
you
pressure.
stealing.
Peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure. Do it.
Jesus.
Did I miss something when I was messaging Ginger? Like what am I stealing?
She Sophia was explaining, well, the baker must have something. And was asking if you wanted to maybe sneak in and see if you could find it.
It's a valid point. How to sneak in?
Can't you be a spider?
I'm just making sure I do
Nice.
have one.
Spider.
Meta pigeon.
I have one more. Although, if I'm a spider and I find it, can I carry it out with me?
Depends how big it is, but
But can you
probably not.
study it while you're a spider and leave it there?
Yeah.
No, but I have another idea. Could turn you invisible.
That could work.
And then you don't need to worry about how to grab something as a spider.
Sophia, you could turn people invisible?
I've turned myself invisible to steal shit before.
This is true.
I
Oh,
turned
you
you
did
in.
that with the books, right? I think I remember
I
that.
turned a couple of you invisible when we were getting onto the flying ship as well. Can come in handy.
Worth a try. I don't know how I feel about stealing, but I guess if it saves people from being poisoned.
Yeah,
Anyone want?
we could just go back to the store, say the cookies were so good, we had to get some more. You'll be invisible, or Patience didn't go in last time, so maybe Patience is invisible. Walk in with us. The baker doesn't notice that we're less one person than we were before, and Patience can scout the place and try to pocket it and head out.
Well, I never went in
Oh,
either.
that's a good idea. So the two of you can go because she doesn't know about you. The rest of us will go back in, and she won't notice anything.
Yeah.
Or maybe one of us could go back in.
Either way, yeah.
Well,
Like-
the two of you come over
Or
here.
what if the two of us that didn't go in before go together? One goes invisible, one goes in just to get cookies very innocently.
That might be a better idea too. Who wants to go invisible with Evelyn?
Like, I guess,
Uh,
someone would go in normally, whoever does, didn't go in. And then if I go invisible and look for it, because I'm the only one that knows what they're looking for.
I'll go invisible too, and I'll go in with Patience just to make sure things don't go too wrong.
I'm just worried if we send in people she's already seen, she's
She
gonna
won't
get
see me. I'll be
suspicious.
invisible too. So
'Cause
only
she's-
Patience. She'll only see Patience who hasn't gone in before.
I feel like that would work.
yeah, I guess.
Get you some
You're
cookies.
not the worst liar.
Well, no.
Just
not-
say I want
no,
some
no,
fucking
no.
cookies.
But you're telling the truth. These cookies are good, weren't they?
Out of character. Sorry.
Yeah, but you were doing something to it.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
But it turns out you really do like white chocolate macadamia nut cookies, it seems. That seemed to hit the spot.
I mean, they're like A tier. You know, it's pretty good. Just after all the other ones you had to cycle through, that was the best one.
Could have sworn you liked raisins.
Fuck no.
They're like blueberries, just a little different.
Wait, aren't they made from grapes though?
Grapes, blueberries, they're ones. Grapes are just larger blueberries.
Now
Yeah,
I
who
know.
doesn't like
Now I
grapes?
know you're pulling my leg.
Go on and buy some cookies. And I'm gonna walk over to Evelyn. And can I grab your wrist?
Yep.
I'll reach out, grab your wrist, and flip a page in my book, and boom, the two of us are invisible.
Also, raisins are prebiotics. They're great for you.
Yeah, well, that would be great if they didn't make me not want to eat them. All right, guess I'm going in.
Okay. You going back into the shop then?
Yeah, and I'm following Patience. Like I'm kind of accompanying Patience in, but I'm obviously invisible. So
Correct. And
We're both
Evelyn.
following.
Okay. So Both of you guys roll a stealth check as you guys walk through the front door, obviously with advantage because invisible.
Can I guidance it?
Yeah.
For both of us?
I don't know
Assuming
if
I
you-
have a. Can you not
So-
guidance?
I don't
thought you
think you
could-
can.
Pretty sure you can.
Can you?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
I'm wrong.
Oh shit.
You can touch yourself, right? It's okay.
What?
It just says a willing creature.
Yeah.
You can touch
I'm
yourself.
all-
You
I'm-
can touch your friends.
Always willing.
God damn it.
Yeah, so I can add a D4 to this.
Yep.
I have a 19 plus the D4 not rolled yet, but
I would say it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I have
and
a
a 4,
14.
so
I have a 14 plus 3, so 17. So.
Sounds good. As you guys walk in, patients, you are greeted by the same, gnomish female. Looks like
Yeah.
floor.
We
cute.
don't need to role play it out if you just want to do what the others are doing.
You are offered the cookies. You accept
Yeah.
a taste test, and you are guided towards the front desk where you are greeted by the owner of the shop. And she
I'll-
asks you what you would like, if you would like anything.
Yeah. Just a bag of these, some of the macadamia nut ones and some of these apple crumbles.
Yes, I see. And she begins to kind of gather up a bag. Would you like a small, medium, or a large bag? And while this is going on, what are you two doing?
I'm staying near patients.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave patients.
I'm
So it's
looking
up
for
to-
this plant.
You're looking for a plant. You don't see any plants. Other than-
Specifically the one you described to me.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Um, 12 plus 4, so 16.
16. Okay. In the immediate vicinity, and the area, you don't see. You see plants. She's got like some plants by the window. She's got, like flowers and stuff. But it just something is telling you that it's not the same thing. Whatever this little sprout was, or these little plants that you're finding, is something else.
That's not here.
Well, you're not seeing it right here, but you're also in the main area where she's serving cookies. There is a door to her immediate left that leads into the back room where the baking is done.
How easily can I get into that back room invisible without, like, just swinging a door open and making it really weird?
It's not a door. It's more of a doorway with two drapes. I mean, you rolled you said 19 plus whatever the
Plus-
4
plus 4?
19 plus 4, 23.
You could probably pretty easily slink through.
Let's slink through.
Okay, so, Sophia, you feel Evelyn's arm kind of dislodged from yours, and about 2 or 3 seconds go by, and you watch as the two kind of drapes all of a sudden part quickly, and then kind of go back together, and you watch them like ruffle.
I'm going to minor illusion curtain in the gap that forms as she spreads it.
Okay. You are in the back room, Evelyn.
Ooh.
Not the back rooms, because that game is scary as hell.
Wait.
Run!
Never mind.
It's coming!
Yeah, I don't like that game. Especially in VR.
Oh, fuck no, I would never.
Hell no.
Not my jam.
Hell no! To the hell
You are-
no!
no.
You are in the back room. where all the baking is done, you do see you see a elderly gnomish female that seems to be baking. You notice a large bag of flour off to the side. You see multiple cookies sitting out and cooling down. You see breads being made in the back on like a bunch of cooling racks. What are you looking for?
That plant that you explained.
Okay.
Weed.
Roll another.
You got any?
Roll another perception check. I do actually.
It's a movie quote.
Oh, that's not good. 8 and 9.
A 9.
Yep, 9.
One section. I'm looking up a rule, but I might have. Never mind. No, go ahead.
Okay. As you walk in and immediately glancing out, you don't see any plants back here. It seems to be kind of a clean room. You can rummage a little bit if you want, and you can make investigation checks and see if you can't like move things like stealthily and see if you can't find something. There's, like I said, there's a large bag of flour that seems to be kind of where they're cooking things. You notice all the cookies and baking items out to dry or not dry, cool down. You see, like hanging aprons on the wall. You see like dough kind of rolled out on a tabletop with a bunch of flour shoved all over it, like where they were rolling out cookies or bread or whatever. So there, I mean, there's things you can look through if you want to. There is one person back here, but she doesn't seem to be paying attention too much.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense if it was in the flour. I'm gonna have to start a conspiracy board here.
Flower with O-U-R or O-W-E-R?
O-U-R.
15 investigation on the flour.
On the flour? Okay.
Without guidance, if I put guidance, then it would be 16.
Okay. You kind of wait to turn her back as she's making cookies and kind of rolling out the dough and whatnot. And in between her turning her back, you kind of like sift flour out of the way, move, and you kind of like dig down in the flour. And
Wait. She's invisible, but if she's touching flour, there's gonna be flour floating on her hands.
she's being gentle.
Yeah,
I
but
don't think I
she's-
would touch the flour. It
I
would
was
be
gonna
like
say.
touch the bag and like try and look at it, not stick your hand in it.
Okay.
Because then you're just gonna be like disembodied white floating hands.
I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, and I'm saying that she's kind of like gently sifting. Like she's not sticking her whole damn arm down in there and going, "Oh God, look at this." But after a couple of moments, yeah, you do. You find like 2 or 3, like I don't know, like
Sproutlings.
almost like 2 or 3 sproutlings, and then you do find a couple seeds.
Can I take them? And
Oh my
hope they
God.
don't notice the flying seeds?
Yes, you can take them and shove them in your pocket if you would.
And then they become invisible with me.
Correct.
Amazing. Is there a back door I can leave?
There is.
Is it open?
It's closed.
Then I'm going back through the curtain.
Okay. So the rest of you guys, as you're ordering your cookies and whatnot, several moments pass by. Sophia, you're standing there, and Patience has been given his or her cookies, and you guys are kind of turning to leave, and she hasn't come back out of the back room yet.
I'll kind of like give Patience like a pat on the back. Stay
Mhm.
in the cookie place.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of try to whisper fictitiously.
I'll be right outside the door. Oh, okay, sir. Thank you for coming then.
I said I was trying to be subtle.
Yeah, and
Should I
there's
roll
somebody
for it?
standing right next to you. I mean, yeah, you can roll. You can
Well,
roll
that's
for it if
why.
you want to.
Yeah, I'm like walking towards the door at this point.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Hold on.
Don't be suspicious.
What would this
Just
be?
do the dishes.
Stealth?
Just do
Or
like a stealth, like you're trying to whisper into your breath. See how
okay.
loud you're gonna be.
Roll a 1. That would have been
Boom.
great. Ah, damn it. It's like, I'm gonna go outside.
It's like too quiet that even I can't hear it.
You do manage to whisper nicely under your breath, and it doesn't get noticed by anybody. You do pick it up, Sophia. God, now I'm hot. Ugh, I'm sweating.
Oh no.
Sicky.
And I will walk out the door.
You begin to walk out the door. At this time, the cookie maker is going to. She looks like she's turning to go back into the back room at the same time that Evelyn, you're going to exit through the same door.
Damn, Patience, you should have made conversation. Metapigeon.
But as you go to exit, Evelyn, you do see kind of like a larger figure going to make her way through the door. What are you gonna do?
Let her pass and then sneak up behind her.
Okay, so you're gonna step off to the side. Okay, so she steps through, and you see her kind of begin to come in, and oh, well, they bought 2 big bags of cookies. That's great. I guess I better better get 2 more bags out on the shelves. And how are you doing back here, Agatha? And they begin to have like a little conversation. And at the same time, you're gonna quickly go through the door.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna stay and listen because I don't know how long this spell lasts. We didn't have that conversation before it was cast, so I'm just gonna dip.
So you're standing there, Sophia, kind of getting nervous as she walks through, and all of a sudden you see they ruffle again and then go back down.
Yeah.
And
I
moments
will at that
later,
point make my way out. Yeah.
okay. Evelyn, you make your way out of the shop as well and into the main street. Guys have
And
exited the building.
I'll just be standing next to Patience so that when Nova comes that way, we'll know.
Okay.
When Evelyn comes that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I glean anything from medicine if I examine it once we're away from the shop?
Maybe.
Maybe if the dice will roll. 19 and 2, so 21.
So as you get away from the shop, invisible, you look down at your hands and you don't see anything. You're just kind of like, I'll wait until the invisibility gets dropped. So
I'll drop it
in.
as soon as I think we're in a spot where nobody's looking at us, and I'll
Gotcha.
kind of like, once I know where Nova is, I'll kind of like, or Evelyn, I'll grab her arm and like kind of pull her like maybe like around like a building corner or something, and then remove the spell.
Okay. As you guys remove yourself from the main street and kind of like off a little city or a little side street, you drop the invisibility spell and you guys are standing there. Evelyn, you reach in and you kind of pull out the little sprouts and then a couple of the seeds, and you kind of begin to like turn them over in your hands, look them over to kind of determine what they might be. You have 2 things. You've never seen this plant species before, ever. And you are pretty well versed in plant life. 2, they almost seem weirdly enough,
They seem weirdly enough.
sorry, weirdly enough, as you are examining the plant,
Shit, did I drop? Uh-oh. Hello?
there she
Welcome
is.
Oh,
back.
crap. Sorry, I don't know what happened there.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
There she is.
Yays.
Sorry, I don't know what happened.
All
You
good.
said oddly enough, and you were gonna
Yeah.
explain. Go ahead.
So oddly enough, as she's sitting there, Evelyn kind of had like a small scratch in her hand from maybe when she was making one of her poultices, and maybe one of the maple leaves kind of stuck you at one point. The sproutling kind of lays its, like its roots on the edge of it, and you see it kind of like make its way towards the cut. It almost seems kind of parasitic.
That's gross.
Kind of fun, isn't it?
It's gross. It's trying to get into the
Convenient.
blood.
Don't even have to worry about counting gold. It's the best way to shop. No. Kind of walk out of the alley towards patients.
I guess we'll put it away for now.
Okay. You just kind of shove it back into your pocket.
Well, I'm gonna pry it out of my wound because I don't want that in.
It's not in the wound. It's like laid its roots like on the edge. So like the little tendrils are just kind of like right on the edge of it. But
Yeah, we'll just like wrap that up in like a maple leaf and stick it back in there for now.
sounds good. Okay. So that's what you find. As you guys kind of begin to meander your way back towards the main party, as Evelyn, you're kind of like tossing and turning the sproutling back and forth in your hand and looking at the seeds. Then you wrap them up into a maple leaf and shove them in your pocket as you guys get close to the main group.
-2.
-2.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody remembers from earlier. I walked away. Axel followed me. So we're down the road in the direction.
Oh, okay.
So we're not like out front of the bakery like everybody else is.
You guys are closer to the houses, and you kind of left them all.
Yeah, I mean,
back towards
I
the
didn't
bakery.
go out of like eye shot. I mean, I probably would have seen them go into the bakery and be like, "What the hell are they up to now?" Knowing that, because we walked away when you guys were discussing the plant stuff. So down the street, they'd be able to see me down the way that we were walking.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd probably just be able to see KB. Just at this point, just by himself while the rest of us happen.
Well, I would have seen patients going.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So, you guys are beginning to make. What are you guys doing to catch up with the main group, and or are you guys just trying to catch up with Nova and Axel?
I would just walk over to KB and just kind of stand there with KB.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be looking back again, just down the road a little ways, waiting for them to come in the direction that we know the beans are.
Okay. You guys begin to make your way into the main residential area. Kind of down this one of these side streets. You follow a main road. You pass a couple of shops that seem to be kind of like, God, like little diners, and people kind of sitting out in front looking at you guys and wondering what the hell you're doing here, and you know, kind of like what's going on. The heck. And after like 2 or 3 minutes, you guys begin to make your way down like a main street. And as you guys make your way down this larger street, per the note, you kind of look to the right. And as you do a block and a half down the road, yeah, as they're sitting behind you, yeah, wolfing extra cookies down. But about a block and a half, 2 blocks down the road, you do notice that house that was described in the notes.
Did everybody join us? I know that Sophia went to KB, who sounded like he was outside the bakery. But did they all walk?
Don't go
meet up?
into the tall grass.
Did they everybody meet up down the road?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Yeah,
gone
sure.
out of eyesight so that because you guys obviously didn't know where it was.
Oh yeah. If I would see patients like go to eat any of the cookies she bought, I would like try and take them away.
What? I bought all these and you're not even gonna let me eat them?
I have to purify them first.
Man. Fine. Guess I can wait.
Cookies for you. You ate a sample, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Shame.
Why,
Yeah,
are they
dude.
trying to get me addicted? They put crack cocaine in these things?
What's
What's
cocaine?
crack?
I don't know. Heard somebody mention it one time.
You gotta have crack if you never had it.
KB fucking knows.
I haven't
Not
said
even
anything the
once.
whole
You have
time.
to at least try it twice.
KB shoved his whole face in it. Alright, so if we've all met up and we walked to that house, I'm gonna approach the door and knock gently.
Okay. To check. You go up and you knock on the door. And as you knock on the door swings open slightly.
Female or male?
Nobody.
Oh. So, like, the pressure of me knocking opened the door?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna open it a little bit and peek inside.
Okay.
Hello? Nobody?
Nobody.
I'm gonna look at
And-
the door handle and, like, the lock mechanism. Does it look intact?
Make a perception check.
Perception. $14.
14. Taking a really close look, you do notice the lock seems to be it was lock picked, and from what you could tell, they must have fumbled the first one and the second one, because the lock it's got a bunch of scratch marks, and you can tell where at one point they must have jammed something really hard in there to pop the door open.
I'm gonna quickly look back at Axel, a little bit worried. Looks like somebody broke in.
You know, like sort of slowly draw his sword. Be on our guard. They might still be around.
I'm gonna push the door open all the way and kind of slowly walk in, my eyes darting around to see if I can see any movement or hear anything.
Yeah, you peek your head into the door.
Yeah,
Or like inside, sorry.
yeah, I pushed the door open, and then
Okay.
I took a very ginger step in, and I'm looking around very cautiously. and listening.
Okay. Make another perception check. And then do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
16.
16.
Fucking mediocre rolls.
The room is in disarray. Looks like some chairs were kind of tossed over, and there's some broken plates on the floor. And yeah, lights are completely out. It's dark.
I'm gonna keep walking inside. Hello?
She had to choose the spookiest block on the house, didn't she? Spookiest house on the block. I got
This
there.
feels
I
like
got there.
trespassing.
Hello, officer. There's no alcohol in my blood. Blood in my alcohol. Alcohol in my blood. Eat to bite. Bite to eat. I'm
I
gonna keep.
swear to officer, I'm not God.
No, officer, it's hi, how are you?
I'm gonna keep walking in. Past the living space, through the house. Checking corners and rooms. This music turned out perfect for this.
Okay. Does a natural 20 hit?
No, Ginge, it doesn't hit. What do you fucking think?
Yeah. So
Alert!
as
Alert!
Alert!
Yep. Yeah, I know. 1 second. So
Why do I keep getting fucking targeted with sneak attacks?
Don't worry, this is why I'm here.
Oh,
yes.
God.
So the only thing that sucks though is how we're gonna play this, Axel. So as you as you're walking into the main living room, and is everybody following, or is it just Axel and Nova at this point?
I was kind of like
Hanging.
behind them, but then as soon as they got to the house, like they walked in, I stayed a little bit out and was just kind of like admiring how she chose the spookiest block on the house.
Yeah, I didn't go in because I said it was trespassing.
Duly noted.
KB?
I'd take like maybe a step in.
What about KB and Patience?
Well,
Are they inviting us in?
No.
Or is there nobody here?
I
the
walked
house
in.
seems to be tossed.
I walked
Oh,
in.
fuck.
Axel walked in.
Evelyn was
yeah,
like,
Evelyn
"Nah,
was like,
we
"Hell
ain't doing
no."
this."
Yeah, I'd probably
Uh,
go in like behind you guys, a few steps behind.
Okay.
Evelyn's being indoctrinated into crime today.
I'll keep out
Fine.
So
keep outside
Patience,
on the lookout.
Patience is outside. Sophia maybe took a slight step in to peek, and Evelyn's outside. So it's me, Axel, and KB.
As you guys walk in, you guys walk into this main living room, and you kind of walk around the corner, and a lot of stuff's been tossed awkwardly, and you're having a hard time grasping whether or not they were here to steal something, or if a fight happened. You're not really certain at this point. God, my throat is like itchy right now. I'm tickly.
Cough drop.
Yeah, I need to grab one here pretty quick. But I know I had some already though, but my tummy's already rotten from like cough drops and honey tea and now I'm eating Twix, which is it's not helping any, but it makes me feel good. But you walk into the living room. Axel, you've been around shit like this enough to know dark places, room's been tossed, some shit went down. You're already on alert. You're something doesn't feel right, and you're not certain what. As Nova comes around the corner like she's gonna come out of the living room and into the kitchen, like she's taking a right to go into a kitchen. All of a sudden, you just hear, "Gotcha!" and a big hammer comes swinging right around the corner. I'm gonna have you roll to see if you can't get your shield out. You're not surprised, but she is.
Right.
And we'll see if you can kind of deflect or catch it. But I shittily
Well, even
rolled
then,
a natural 20.
even then, at minimum, I would just intercept the blow and take it for her.
Okay.
If that makes it
So-
easier for me to do so.
Okay. So
Would
At
you
that
maybe have
point
your
then-
shield out?
at that point then, roll a dexterity saving throw. Because I'm going to see if you can get yourself in between her and whatever else this is.
I saw this happen earlier. He rolls a 15.
15. You said you just took a step in.
Can't I still see them though?
No. If
Oh,
you
they went
just
farther in.
Yeah, you went in,
Okay.
you're in the main corridor, they went into the living room, and now they're turning and going around
Gotcha.
into the
Oh,
kitchen.
yeah, no, I'm not there. No.
Okay. Just
I did
clarifying.
not. This was not a premonition that I had.
Sorry, I'm just clarifying. So,
Yeah.
roll a dexterity saving throw, Mr. Axel.
Fucking 9.
9. Unfortunately, you're not caught off guard, but it's the loud guttural gotcha. All of a sudden, you're kind of like, whoa, and it catches you for a second, and at that one split second, that axe comes around full swing. So you take
Did I drop again? Did I drop?
as a
Oh, I think I
huge-
dropped. I didn't hear you. I take what?
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck you.
For a crit.
No.
Oh wait, I didn't. Hold on, I didn't recover from that long rest. I haven't taken damage since. Hold on. 1 second.
You're dead. Yeah. Sorry.
No, I didn't fix it from when we slept the night before. 1 second. 9 points. Okay.
As the giant warhammer comes swinging around a corner, it catches you dead center of the chest, and you watch as Nova just gets punted about 10 feet back and into a wall, hits the wall, and just kind of like,
Gets the
For a
wind
second-
knocked out.
yeah, you just feel like your whole chest was caved in, and you have that moment where you're still standing, you're still conscious, but you're doing that like like trying to catch your breath, and you're looking at Nova and your eyes are just or not Nova, you're looking at Axel and your eyes are just fucking wide because you're just trying to catch that breath. And as that happens, a very stout dwarf in nothing but his boxers comes around the corner holding this gnarly looking giant warhammer, and all his hair is shaved except for one ginger mohawk that runs down and into a rat tail that runs all the way down his back, with 2 giant mutton chops that come down, and then they hang another 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the face, and they're
That's
they're braided.
That's an 11
We-
right there.
I know, he's
Did
hot.
we ever get a description of Harold Bean?
No, we didn't. This is
No, you
probably
didn't.
him, and he thinks we broke and entered, and he probably.
God,
Oh,
I
shit.
think with the 20 intelligence, KB's thinking with that hammer, that's probably him, right? It's like an ornate hammer, right? It's like well crafted.
It's very, very, very. Yeah. As he hits Nova, he jumps around the corner, standing and kind of like a couple feet away from you, Axel, and there's a chair in between it. Oh, I got you now, you fuckers! And he kicks the chair directly at your feet, Axel, trying to jump in, like, to fuck with you to get you to stumble over a chair. So make another dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
He kicks the chair in your general direction, trying to trip you up.
10.
10? Yeah, it hits your legs. Like, you don't stumble over it, but it hits your legs, and it's got a little force behind it. So it kind of hits your shin bones, and it's one of those, like, moments.
So,
And you catch yourself on that split of, like, I could rip this guy's head off, or I choose not violence.
yeah. Noticing his state of dress, I'm gonna be like, whoa, hey. We're not here to rob you. That's already been done. Clearly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you think so? Come on, you fucking doggy. Let's go, I'll fuck you in the face right now.
I'm serious.
I'll
We're here.
step in and just say, Harold, we're here for you to talk.
Yeah, I know you're here for me. You tossed my whole fucking house. Let's go. Come on, get on with it. Let's fuck. Let's go.
Aria
That
told
wasn't
to
us. We
find
just
you
got
here to help.
Yeah, I got that one real good too. I'll get you too, fucker. Let's do this. What? Let's go. Let's go.
Aria sent us here to help you.
Right after you say Arya, all of a sudden, out of left field, you hear, oh, that really kind of fucked my voice up. You hear, what have I told you about fighting? Bang! And a big old, like, old god dang it,
Cast iron pan.
cast iron pan out of left field, smack, and you watch him just crumble. And this very gorgeous, short-haired, blonde, dwarven female, completely shaven face, comes around the corner. Hi. So, how do you know Arya? And what are you doing in my house?
Well, we're work acquaintances of hers.
I see.
She
So,
asked us to come in and meet with you two and check in with you. And so here we are. And my good friend here was assaulted with a warhammer.
I see that.
But here we are.
Well, yeah, you look like some people that Arya would send. So, let's sit down and have some tea. Why don't we?
Looks like we've had some
honey,
trouble.
come here real quick. I'm gonna fix that real fast. Come here.
Hell of a welcome.
He's an idiot. It's fine. Come here, sweetheart. And she puts her hand on your chest and casts lay on hands and gives you 9 points back.
Oh, thank God.
All
I'm
right.
still squishy. I'm only level 5.
Yeah, I understand that. And you just hear on the ground, oh, what the fuck? Hey, sweetheart, why did... I told you to swing less and talk more, sweetheart. Go in the kitchen and sit down, you idiot. Sorry, he's rambunctious. If we could just come inside and we'll have a little bit of tea. Anybody else out there? They probably wouldn't stand in the streets too long.
We've got a few more.
I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna shout back at
call out
Sophie.
to the rest.
Oh yeah, with KB's probably in unison, shouting for them. Get your asses in here.
Guess that's our cue.
Yeah, I'll go in.
Hey.
Please shut the door behind you. The neighbors, they like silence.
I will carefully shut the door behind me.
Okay. You guys make your way inside, and she begins to kind of walk around and like light some of the lights on the inside. And you do notice a lot of stuff has been tossed, and you do notice some blood throughout the whole place.
Oh.
mostly from what you can tell, from Mr. Bean. And as you walk into the kitchen, you see two individuals cloaked, face down on the ground, and it looks like their heads were smashed in with not a hammer.
Probably a
The cast
fucking
iron
cast
pan.
iron pan.
Frying pan. Holy shit! What the hell happened here? This place looks like a bomb went off.
Yeah, well, we had some visitors. I don't think they enjoyed our last conversation that we had with people around this area, and they came to settle a deal. So what can we do to help you? What
Arya
does Arya need?
She said that you. She said seek out the beans, and that.
Did she now?
Yeah, she said you'd have a way to contact her.
Unfortunately.
I mean, she
Why
didn't
would
really.
I want to talk to her?
I don't know. She really didn't give much information other than to find you because you can contact her.
Of course, always wants with her, never gives. Well, I'm assuming she said nothing else other than just seek us out, correct?
I can tell you verbatim. She said, please search out the beans. A friend of mine has a better way of getting in contact with me.
Oh, so now we're friends. Oh, so when she was too good in her adventuring party and she decided own and she would drop the rest of us. Never mind. Don't mind me. I apologize.
And she also called us idiots, so.
Well, takes one to know one. She's quite the special case herself. Well, let me see if I still have a way of talking to the old bat. 1 second. Harry, sit up and go make some tea. Yeah, invalid. Well, I can't really do that when I got a giant mushroom on the top of my head from your fucking iron. You want another one on the other side? I didn't think so. Make the tea. I'll be right back. And she kind of takes off and walks away. You hear like trotting up the steps, and you look back and you just hear, "It's for your best on the other side of my head. It's fucking, you can't do anything around this house. Protector of the house, and I get hit in the face."
He sounded just like the dude from Office Space. What's his name?
But it's my stapler. It's my red stapler.
Yeah, yeah.
You told me I could have my
Bye.
stapler.
This is the last throw.
Several moments kind of pass by, and she comes walking down the stairs holding what looks like a stone. All right. Well, let's see if this still works. She sits down the middle of the table and taps it 3 times, and you hear kind of an Elvish phrase come out. Anybody speak Elvish?
I do.
Fuck!
I think I do, but I have to
Nah.
double check.
You
I do
probably
as
do
well.
because you're an elf. Should be your native language.
I do not.
Should be.
No
Um,
surprise.
In Elvish, she just says, speak. So for those of you that speak Elvish, she basically just says, speak to the rock. And you watch as the rock glows, and several sets of runes kind of light up around the rock. Several moments pass by. Several more moments pass by, kind of sitting around awkwardly as he begins to kind of pour the tea around the table, awkwardly, like he's kind of like pouring the tea, but he's like he's not gentle pouring. He's kind of like doing this like splash shit, like really irritated, but he's trying to make it known that he's irritated. But he's
I
trying
was
to do it.
definitely picking up furniture awkwardly as this was happening.
I'm gonna whisper
Tidy up.
and I'm gonna whisper in Patient's ear. She's just as bad as Arya. It's the same person.
Same person just thinks she's not.
Evelyn's just in the living room, like tipping up furniture and kind of like moving them and like setting them so like it properly arranges in the living room as the rest of you guys are kind of getting tea.
She doesn't know Arya. She's like, oh, well.
Yeah. several more moments pass by. She sits down. Don't worry. She likes to take her time. Always on her schedule. So we'll just give this a couple moments. So in the meantime, um, who are you? And what kind of pleasure do I have meeting the likes of you?
Well, big fan of the weaponry work. We understand that business was shut out by a lesser competitor, which is unfortunate.
Not necessarily. An idiot left out the deed of ownership, and it has gone missing. Meaning that we cannot make or sell in the city proper. Isn't that right, Harry? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. So
I might be able to help you find it.
that would be most excellent. As it's kind of what allows us to set up shop.
You know where you last saw it?
Beanworks.
So it might be at Vivek's Blade, for instance.
Why would it be at Vivek's Blade?
Oh, well, you can't imagine that it's a coincidence they opened up shop right after he got pushed out.
I mean, yes, it is a thought that has entertained myself, but I have no way of proving such thing. I mean, do you have a way of breaking? I mean, the individual.
Is Vivek's Blade set up in the old Beanworks location?
No. They bought
Or-
out several buildings and basically tore them down to make that giant, gaudy building that they have.
And the place that Beanworks is still Beanworks, but it's vacant?
Correct. We
And you can't sell your own wares in a vacant lot?
correct. We cannot sell within the city.
Anywhere in the city?
We lost our.
You can't walk down the street and sell a piece of equipment that you own?
No. We have lost our merchant's contract. Basically, which allows us our business. It's our business license within the city that allows us to make and sell wares.
Well, I'll do my best to try and track it down. I might have an idea.
Interesting. If you do, I would greatly appreciate it.
Well, and we would too. We'd love to purchase your wares. It's a real bummer. My friends here did not seem to have the best trip to Vivek's Blade.
I don't
Actually,
think many
they came
people
back
have.
as grumpy as ever.
I would hope so.
If it's not recovered, what would the cost be to purchase a new one?
We would have to have the old deed nulled, which would in turn put the business up for sale. And then that would be on the city to determine how much it's worth, and then we could purchase that back and then apply for our merchant's license again.
But Sarah, I assume the contract's under Harold's name.
It is. It's actually under both of our names.
Oh,
Beanworks. Labels
But
as
the contract is his, not yours.
it's both of ours.
Oh, I see.
He is unfortunately my husband.
I'll give it a smile. Oh. And so that assume that prevents both of you now from taking out a contract.
Correct. It gets
that
a little
is
messy.
Not well thought out.
No, it was not, wasn't Harold? Well, I just thought that you want your name on the license as well, and I just was trying to be. Yes, exactly. As you can tell.
I see your problem.
Yes.
And where does the deed? Um, where does it go? If you get a deed, you would need to turn it in to the city, someone,
Correct. It would
right?
be down in the archives. It would be most likely.
And they
Um,
don't have a copy. I find that suspicious.
they do, but they are unable to locate it.
I'm sure they are. And
Yes.
you would likely pay your taxes to these people in order to have them archive documents like that for you, right?
I'm unsure actually. I've never thought about that.
Mm.
And so at the same time Harold lost his copy, they also are unable to retrieve your deed.
The marbled spire. It's kind of our library information and documents. Everything is
Sounds like
kind of
a,
stored there.
sounds
Is
like
that a
spire
place
of
anyone
bullshit.
can access?
It is. Parts of the marbled spire though are inaccessible to everyone.
Well, that's understandable.
But
What did they call it? The moon something spire?
marbled spire.
Marbled spire.
And you said you were in an adventuring party with Arya,
Yes, long time ago.
and your husband was as well, or you two met later?
I met him later.
Mm. I see.
Pretty much on my travels. I found him here. As much of a simpleton as he is incredibly skilled. Um, any of you? Ah, you. She points at Axel. Harold. Touches hands with his permission, of course. Are you sure? With permission, of course. Sir, if you might.
Oh, sure.
He walks over. Hi. One moment. Grabs your hands and he begins to kind of awkward at one, but he like kind of looks at you like, like getting like permission, but he starts just below your elbow and he kind of feels your forearms and you can feel him like moving like your muscles like individually moving them around and kind of like looking at the layout of your forearm, the strength, the kind of width and like the tensile of like each one of your muscles. You can feel him like it almost feels like he's taking each tendon and like moving things apart and going, okay, I see where that connects and how that connects. And he gets down to your wrist and kind of does like a circular motion. You see him moving things around. He moves into the hand and spreads your fingers out and kind of touches the inner parts of the palm and like your thumb, and he like touches things and um kind of moves the fingers in like a rotation, and he touches each one of the calluses and kind of makes his way around like the palm. And after several moments, and like very intently staring at your like hand and your forearm and your muscles, well built. He prefers a shield, but he likes to move more with a scimitar. Longer blade style, one-handed. Two-handed does not serve him well, but is capable of two-handed weapon fighting. Oh, I could make you one wicked blade. But unfortunately I cannot. Yes.
Oh, that's just teasing.
It's not teasing, I don't have the ability to do so right now.
But if we
But-
found your deed, you could?
Possibly. Right materials. Yes, we could probably make a very wicked blade.
I have a question.
Yes.
I hope you don't take offense. I know that
It depends.
I know that it sounds kind of ridiculous on the surface. Have you ever considered um, temporarily working as a blacksmith at Vivek's Forge while you work to
Absolutely not.
distribute that?
Why would they work under such a fool?
Well, I know.
That is
Just
disgraceful. As
just
much as
have
it is a
access to the
disgrace, if
forge.
I were to take this pencil and put it in his hands and tell him to go fight, he would be disgusted.
I understand.
Exactly.
You
Now
love
yours.
What
you
if
love the art of blacksmithing.
It is not art, it is love.
Sarah, I have another idea. That might help you out. Have you considered, instead of voiding your previous contract, have you considered having simply your name removed, allowing you to open a new contract under your name?
I would
And
like
that-
to do that if we
That
could
wouldn't
use counsel.
put up Beanworks up for sale.
We are unable to even get counseled. The court system has been backed up for weeks now, and we've been our appointments have been moved every time that we get things set up. We're unsure why. We have
See,
a
your
pretty good
contract-
idea.
Your deed's been stolen, your contract is lost, and you're unable to get a counsel. Are you sure someone isn't running you out of here?
Who have you pissed off?
We kind of feel like, well, I mean, we probably pissed off Vivek's Blade when we, the majority of people that brought their items from Vivek's Blade over, we fixed and made them appropriate weapons, for a smaller fee, and then we basically uninscribed their mark on the blades or the weapons, armors, whatever they bring over, and we put our marks on them to let people know who the true smiths were. Of course. And in between this conversation, you hear kind of a gruff voice come through. I'll see if I can do this.
Don't hurt yourself.
Well, there we go. There's the rest of them.
Ooh, it sounds painful right
You
now.
could just not do it and
bit.
we know
You could
it's
just
her.
not do it.
I've heard her voice too. I know it. You're good.
There's the rest of them. Seems like you finally found the beans. Yes, they did. Thanks for sending them here, Arya. Nice to hear a friendly voice, one that we haven't heard in, 2 centuries. But that's perfectly fine for people that used to adventure together. Also for a party that once, risked death. Well, sometimes you just have to cut off the excess fat. And, you kind of went your way when you decided that you would marry. But, that's your choice, right, Sarah? Yes, it was, Arya. Yes, it was. Anyways, I'm going to have my tea in the other room while you guys have your conversation. I'll be back later. And she kind of stands up. She stands up and looks at the rest of you guys and kind of under her breath, but not really. Good luck. They don't need luck. But so I heard you guys have been having fun. Give me the rundown. What have you guys been up to? And you guys do you guys give them the rundown, like the full rundown? Or do you guys give her bits and pieces?
Probably talk about, like, obviously she knows my C. Talk about Kaylor, everything that happened in Kaylor, what we did in Kaylor, what we found in Kaylor, who we fought in Kaylor.
I'd want to mention the witch that we fought and the fact that we think there's 2 others.
Hmm.
Yep. I like
Also
that.
good to mention.
Talk about the airship and the dealings on the airship, and then the routing, like how we went to Bellin and then we chose to go to Molten Hammer.
The rerouting.
The rerouting.
Well,
Oh, probably the
uh,
explosion, Silent Fang.
good God. Well, you guys definitely got into more than I wanted you to. Kind of the opposite of what I told you to do. But that's very interesting that you ran into a lot of them, as that kind of leads into things. But I have questions. Silent Fang, what have you guys learned about? What have you guys learned about them? I've only
Well,
briefly
you
heard
haven't
about
met
them in passings.
you haven't met Evelyn yet.
I have not. I didn't realize there's somebody else there. Who's Evelyn?
I'm gonna like wave Evelyn over. She's busy rearranging furniture, but Evelyn, come on over. Meet Arya.
About the time we learned about the Silent Fang, we also met someone who is equally as interested in this group. And we're hoping she can help us. And I'll kind of let Evelyn enter.
Social interaction.
Hi.
Hey.
What's your deal?
No deal. Just
Oh.
looking for the Silent Fang.
Uh-huh. Well, that answered all my questions. Another one just like the rest of you. Great. Okay, well, another one for me to guide and feed. Well, is she capable? I guess that's the first question.
She's got several tricks up her sleeve, actually. It's been very
Okay.
helpful.
By tricks, do you mean actual tricks, or is she worthwhile? Unlike you, Blueberry.
Well, she turned into
Hold
a
on a
spider.
second. Patience is Blueberry. I'm not Blueberry.
You're the same person to me. Doesn't matter.
What the fuck?
Wow. What the fuck?
Hey, both of you, hush up. I'm talking.
I'm gonna
Let's
look
go.
at Patience with shock.
God.
One moment she was there, and the next she's a spider. Pretty cool.
Oh. Okay, so she's of the shape-shifty, druidy type?
I'm gonna be grumbling under my breath.
And healer, I believe. She knows her
Okay.
plants really well.
That's always good. I mean, that would actually kind of help with what's going on. Well, what's your next moves? I've kind of told you guys to stay away, but we've got things calmed down here in Omira now. I think
Oh.
they seem to shift their focus from Omira. I'm going to assume it's after the giant explosion and the fuck you in Kalor that you caused. The gaze has probably shifted to that, which is good. That's good. Oh, man. Well,
With the utmost respect, now that I've seen other places, I don't have that much interest in returning to Omira.
you
Unless
don't.
there's something that needs doing.
Unless there's money involved.
I mean, we have things to do here in Molten Hammer still.
I don't have anything directly, but I do. You've gotten yourself into some interesting things, and I am intrigued myself.
Is there anything
So you
can
don't know
tell us
anything about. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You don't know anything about the assassination attempts?
I was going to wait to bring that up, but there's been several throughout the region. There was one in Kalor. Now there's one in Molten Hammer. I heard that there was an attempt in Voyaris too. Also one here in Omira and some of the other smaller cities. Seems to be all of higher nobility. High-ranking individuals are being targeted for whatever reason. I'm I've been kind of slowly looking into that. There's also this problem I have with some of the nobles here have been disappearing on top of assassinations. Reports of small creatures creeping around in the night and kind of disappearing into alleyways and buildings, and people are unsure what they are, or whole towns disappearing. There was one town on the coast that disappeared about, I would say 2 weeks ago now. The entire town just up and vanished. When investigation was launched into the city, they didn't find anything. Ghost town. People say that they heard voices, but nothing else.
We came across the abandoned town.
Oh,
This
really?
was south of Krawlers, along the
Whereabouts?
coastline, along the coast, maybe halfway between there and what's the falls called?
Bloodpaw.
Falls?
Yeah, halfway between Krawlers and Bloodpaw Falls.
Okay. So that would... Oops. You hear like rustling on her, Whoops. You hear like rustling on her, her side as kind of like you hear like a map or something being unfurled. Interesting. I don't... Okay, yeah, there was a small town, like a new settlement that had just popped up there. Some people trying to make a new city along the coastline there. And you're saying it was just gone?
No, we actually came across who lived there. They had been hearing voices in their head. It turns them into almost a hive mind.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We talking like, oh man, I'm having a brain
There's
fart.
some sort of monster creature. I don't.
It's controlling them
I
like puppets.
blacked out while we fought it, but they took control of their minds and turned them into, yeah, like she said, puppets.
So like mind flayers?
I
That's real dangerous stuff right there.
I mean, it was like that.
Like that? What do you mean?
Well,
Like it
was the
wasn't mind
monster.
flayers.
The monster. Well, the people
Monster?
The people weren't mind flayers. They were being psionically controlled by this creature.
I've only briefly seen mention of mind flares. This didn't look like a mind flare. Can you guys describe it better? I can barely picture this thing in my head.
Weren't there? Wait a second. Out of character. Weren't there things? Like
Yeah, there were the head crab things that
yeah, the head
attached to the
crab.
back of their heads.
Yeah. Okay. So I would
Oh,
explain
yeah.
that. That
They
there
weren't
was
being psionically
cool.
controlled, they were being parasitically
I
controlled.
forgot about
Yeah.
that. So I'm going to redact that and say there were some kind of creatures that were attached to them that seemed to
Interesting.
make them do the bidding of this monster.
Oh. Okay. There's been
Yeah.
reports of these other towns, these people disappearing, and these small creatures that seem to be controlled.
Yeah. And then after we flattened the thing that was, the head honcho of all these little whatevers, all the people, they were like husks.
So it feeds off of them.
Seems like it.
Okay. I
Uses the bodies as like puppets to draw in more victims, and then she kind of draws her hand like thumb across the neck.
I said odd. The town appeared empty, as if it was a ghost town. We found the people of the village hidden deep in a long tunnel beneath the village. It's almost a coincidence that we happened to come across where they were being kept. Do you think it's possible that other villages haven't disappeared? In fact, the people are just controlled somewhere nearby.
That's right, because there was like a lure of sorts that was in the middle of the town,
Interesting.
and everybody else
The
was underneath.
possibility. Well, I'll have to look into that. Well, it looks like we have a lot of interesting things happening. So we have some kind of parasitic things feeding on towns and people. On top of that, you guys are in Molten Hammer.
We also have a more personal concern. If maybe you could keep your ears out.
Do tell.
Oh, what's the guy's name that starts with a D?
Donovan.
We really pissed off Donovan this time.
Yeah, I've heard. He's put a little bounty out on you. Not with, major mercenaries or anything, but within his little clientele, his little under society. So I'd keep your eyes open for that. But he's kind of laid low for a while. He's being investigated. He got one of his fighting rings busted up, and he kind of went low for a little bit.
Good.
But interesting. So the Silent Fang, I've heard about them. There seemed to be some kind of assassins type group, but I don't know much more other than that. Kind of secretive. Hush hush. They don't usually get caught, and if they do, they usually don't leave anything behind. So yeah, there's that. Well, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but here in Omira, I've been doing a little research myself, and I believe I've kind of started to find the inner makings of the cleansing flame. And I think it stems into some of the higher nobility here.
Cleansing flame?
Oh,
Cult.
those guys that we ran out
Oh, yeah.
ran into.
Oh yeah, it's funny you mentioned the cleansing flame. This leads us to another adventure that we had.
Oh.
Out in the... Actually, on our way from the Bailey outpost to Molten Hammer, we came across a group of, I assume, people from the Cleansing Flame. Most of them had unfortunately met their end to some sort of hole in the ground. You know how the desert can be.
Fortunately, I do.
But one of the ones that was not fully absorbed by the sand, we were able to get a dagger off of them. And it read something. It read on the dagger, to cleanse by blood and flame. This person also had a contract. They were meant to... it was meant to be delivered to a place actually here in Molten Hammer. The Miner's Cap. Said,
What was... You were supposed to look for somebody, or what?
we were supposed to bring it to a person named Nathaniel.
Did you find this Nathaniel?
Well, we mentioned we still had business here. That's actually one of the things we were potentially going to look into.
Okay.
It was
But
on
the
the
dagger-
third ring. That's the other issue. We don't know how to get to. I mean, out of character, I put it was when it was explained to me. It was third outer ring, so I don't know if that's actually the primary.
That would be like you're looking from the miner's cap. Like
Yeah.
you guys have probably walked by this guy
Okay,
already.
so I have third. I'm gonna change this to primary then. I think we changed what we called it.
Yeah, I think I had a vague name for what I was calling them.
No, that's one thing we wanted to mention. However, this dagger. I was holding it. And I don't recall this happening. But I blanked out. When I came back to my senses, the dagger was in my hand. And I had apparently attacked, I believe, KB. I don't recall it happening, but certainly the dagger was in my hand. We've since made sure this dagger is not accessible to any of us. But still a concern.
It moved on its own.
No, it was in her hand. She made a strike.
Oh, that's right. We weren't there for that.
She missed, thankfully.
Patience is like, nope.
Nope.
You didn't tell me about that. Let me see it.
I
Is
believe
that a good
KB has-
idea? I mean, what if you do the same thing?
I mean, he knows his blades. He might be able to figure something out from it.
Yeah, and he knows where to stick them too.
Yeah, so we
Do you
grab
know
it
your
away.
curses? Are you an expert in curses?
There's no blade that I can't tame,
Mm.
and there's not a blade that I haven't seen. If I haven't seen it, then it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
Well,
all
I'm
right.
gonna
buddy.
I'm gonna suggest to Patience to not give it to you.
Why not?
'Cause I
Wait,
don't
I
want
thought you
to
had it. I
stab
thought you had it. It was in your
I'm pretty
boots,
sure-
right?
You have it, KB. Yeah.
Yeah, remember
I'm
it's in your
gonna-
sock.
Oh,
gonna
he's
say
lying to us.
patient.
He's
Oh.
Oh,
I'm
got
gonna
it.
Oh.
see if
We
Patience
didn't.
can keep it to herself
So
and not give
KB,
it to you.
This
make
was
a deception check.
It totally
I knew where he
fooled
was going. I was
Sophia
doing-
and Patience.
I was gonna say I knew exactly where it was going.
He does this all
Nat
the time.
20.
Oh,
22.
It totally fooled Sophia and Patience.
The problem is KB, you are very deceptive. Like the way you said it, you were like, "Yeah, I would don't give it to him, Patience." Like you're like completely playing it off. And Sophia and Patience, the problem is they believe you.
yeah. He's like, oh shit, that's right. I
they-
still have it. I think.
Yeah, but they also remember where the dagger got put, and they're like, "But KB, you have it." What do you mean?
No, remember I gave it back to Patience.
Oh, that's right. The
Oh.
blade was too big. The blade was too big for your hand.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, yeah, I don't know. It's probably not a good idea.
I'm gonna cross my arms and kind of lean back in my chair. Ah, so this is a trust thing. Got it.
It's not a trust thing. It's a. Do
Wait.
we want to hand over a potentially cursed object
Well,
to
then
someone who
say
knows how to
that.
actually use the
Then
damn thing? I
say
literally
that.
said that like 2
no,
minutes
no,
ago.
you didn't. You're trying to play it
Anyone
off and
knows
pretend.
me.
You're trying to pretend one of you has it, and then you're trying to pen. It's.
Li-
I'm not
no,
stupid.
look, I said, is it a good? Okay, maybe not these exact words, but this is what I meant. I said, is it a good idea to hand a cursed blade to somebody
All of a sudden-
who knows how to use blades and could potentially fall victim to its cursed effect?
Maybe I could Arcana check it. I don't know how to use blades.
Anyone who knows me knows that I am and have always been trusting, but also anti being stabbed.
We're not taking
Robert?
out
Yeah,
the blade here.
hold on.
I just wanted to mention to Arya that we had found a dangerous object associated with the cleansing flame.
And you didn't tell us that. Here's the
It,
thing.
like,
Here's the
literally
thing.
just
If
happened, like,
Sophia-
yesterday.
If Sophia had the blade,
And you didn't tell us how you found this house. You walked us straight here and walked straight in the door and
I
didn't tell us what
said-
we were doing.
I said I think I know where the house is.
You never said that. You and Axel took off in a random direction.
Out
and we
of
had to-
character. Nova did tell the group that. She told
She
Axel.
told Axel that.
She-
No, I did.
No, she said I have like a feeling or something, and then
No, I said I said I think I know where the house is. Yes, I did. I will rewind it. I told
No,
Axel.
I don't think so.
Time out. I remember what I said. I mind linked with Axel and said I found a note. I told the group. I said I would say to the group, I think I know where the house is.
Regardless of if you said that, Sophia and Patience didn't pay attention to what you said.
Oh, okay. Well, that's different.
True.
Fair. Yeah, anyway, so I'm gonna be like, well, Sophia had the dagger and only for however long and only came under its effect for a short, like, for a brief period of time. If anybody can handle the blade and figure it out, it's Axel. I don't understand why we wouldn't want to see or
Okay,
understand
so
anything.
here's what I'm getting, children, while you guys argue. I heard somebody in the back actually said something smart. So who wanted to Arcana check it? You know, you can look to see what the hell is wrong with the blade. But,
Me.
you know, go
That
ahead
would
and
require
continue
you to take it
argue.
out of hiding, but right now we're arguing who actually has the blade because we're pretending
Okay,
we don't know
so-
who has it.
I'm gonna do this. I can't see any of you guys right now, so everybody back the fuck away from the table. Okay? And then the new girl step forward. Okay? And then everybody else step the fuck back, except for the person who has the dagger. Set that shit on the table. And then check the dagger. How about that?
I'm gonna angeredly, like, my chair is gonna make a loud, you know, like when you just push a chair back and just goes, like as you screech it across the floor
Oh,
and get up from
yep.
the chair and walk a few feet away from it.
I think I just heard the glowy one step up. Yeah, go ahead and scoot back,
Oh,
bitch.
fuck off! And I'm
Jesus.
gonna walk further away.
I think I actually sold it to Vivek.
I'm like angeredly pacing around the living space now, mumbling about how much of a bitch Arya is. You fucking old hag.
Was a 22 insight on selling it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Do you wanna deceptively roll against that?
No.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I'll
No.
pull it out of my boot and set it down.
Nah, man.
I'm gonna look at Patience and just grumbly be like, how in the world does she think she can know more about this item than I can? I spent so much
can
time
I-
looking at this, and she's not in a wizard.
Fucking
20 Arcana.
20
It's not
Arcana?
made of-
Can I do the
Hey, I'm
same?
gonna yell out,
as
the
I-
blade's not made of leaves.
It's also not
as I
made for
pick it out,
children.
Can I do the same?
Okay, what? Time out.
Wait
As
a
I
minute.
take it out of my boot, can I do an Arcana check as I set it up on the table as well?
You can. So, as you take it out and you lay it on the table and kind of like gently unfold without touching the blade, Evelyn kind of steps forward. And you guys all kind of sense this like rustling of the air and a sweet smell as she delves into the blade, and with a 20 you get it is a +1 dagger, just a simple +1 dagger, but it holds a curse to it that it craves blood, and whenever you quench it you get a +3,
Okay.
but
So I'm gonna-
only when you stab somebody. And if it's not, the curse is basically if you don't feed it, it basically tries to take food.
I had it was a plus D6, not plus 3.
Or
So
yes, sorry, +D6. Thank you. I
So
made
it's
it
it's
stab in
a
the
it's
dark,
a
not even
it's a dagger version of Silas Briarwood's sword.
kind of.
So I will look at them and be like,
Yeah.
by the way, druids don't just study trees. And here's the information on the dagger.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
take a
Okay.
big deep breath and let her say that, and then as soon as she's out of earshot, just be like, I already knew everything about that blade. Like, of course you need to dip it in blood. I knew that. I hadn't done that on purpose. I was angrily mutter under my breath.
KB, you go a little bit further. You get all of that information, plus with a little check you get a it seems like a soul is trapped within the blade. Like it's what causes this like vengeful like this thirst
Hunger.
for blood.
Unsatiated.
And as you kind of get really close, you don't touch it, but you get really like close enough that you can really get the gist of the blade. You brush with your knuckle, like on accident, just slightly, and you get this intense bloodlust from the blade. It's called the Murderer's Blade.
Ugh.
Basically, a murderer was imprisoned within this dagger.
We should destroy it. Unnatural.
Well, that's interesting. So, looks like you solved that problem. Haha, go gang. That took you forever to figure your fucking problems out.
What would have helped if it would have been shared?
I mean, share with each other then. Isn't that why you guys are the, what was that? The Motley Crew, or whatever the hell you call yourselves. Right? Wasn't it something along those lines?
Motley Few.
Whatever, same thing. Same
A few of
difference,
us.
nobody cares. You guys haven't done anything notable yet. Jeez. Well,
Yeah, all right.
I'm gonna help with that. So, got a couple problems that I want looked into. Silent Fang. Sounds interesting. They're now assassinating noble types. Why?
Is Tristan with them?
Who's Tristan?
Never mind.
Alright, well, that answers that question. Good job. Let's see. We got Silent Fang assassinating people. We have nobles disappearing. No fucking reason. That's awesome. 3, I got a problem here in Omira. Got some nobles acting really weird. Possible links to the Cleansing Flame. Not 100% on that yet, though. Kind of want it looked into. What else? We have, no, my tick. Woo. Drop my Twix. Let's see. We have issues with that. We have issues with. I don't have any more. It's my last one. Cleansing Flame. They're kind of starting to make a little bit more of a stink, and getting kind of popular here in town. I don't know why. We have food sources that are being tainted, and nobody knows why. But yeah.
Well, we just met Evelyn, who wants to look into the silent thing as well. That's certainly a priority of ours. And we will certainly keep you up to date on that. As for the problems in Omira, it seems that those problems have spread out of Omira, as we have now mentioned the Cleansing Flame. This Nathaniel is likely related to it. He is here in Molten Hammer. We could pay him a visit. And sorry. And food sources being tainted. We have run across that here as well. So maybe they're connected, maybe they're not. It seems to me the whole world is just going to shit everywhere. Whether or not
Something's definitely happening. But we got time. World ain't gone to shit yet.
But what I was meaning to ask, as we look into these things for you, I assume you're going to keep an ear out for things. Of course, we'll want to report back to you as well. What's the best way for us to get a hold of you? We
Well,
won't always be able to come to this house.
I mean, if you ask nicely, maybe Sarah will give you the rock. I doubt it. She's kind of a hothead. But,
We might have a way to trade for it.
you could try. But, you know, that's what happens when I send you to my ex-girlfriend's house. So, there's that.
Damn, I didn't know you were like that.
I'm
All right.
gonna walk up to the table, put my hands on the table, and get close to the stone. I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of somebody dying and coming back to life all on their own?
On their own?
Yeah, just die
Sophia's
and
gonna face
come
palm.
back. Come back to life
Mm,
without any kind of intervention. Just died and came back.
I mean,
Sophia buries her face in her hands.
there's stories of it happening. Not often. Usually champions of a god, patron, devil, archdevil. You know, sometimes they bring them back to do their whim. But you know, other than that, no. Why?
Well, it could be good or bad.
Could be good or bad.
No way of knowing. Is there any way to know if somebody came back to life? To know if they came back by good or bad reasons?
You let me in. No, there's no good way.
Got it. And they'll walk away from the table.
Anybody else?
Say that were to happen, the person would know, right?
Usually. Sometimes no. Especially if it's like a
Perhaps-
patron or something like that, they'll wipe their mind. I don't know.
Well, thanks for talking with us. And
Yeah, not a problem. If you do make your way back to Omira, let me know. I got a couple things that need done here in town, but if you're staying out in the world, some kind of places of notable interest that I've kind of heard of some going-ons are Bira. Voyeris has got some stuff going on out there. I heard the Knoll clans are moving through the desert. Mr. Axel, looks like they're doing some interesting things out there. Not sure why. And then
And what's going on in
Do you
Bira?
know which war bands are mobilizing?
nope, just nothing yet. Just words that couple of them are making big dust storms out in the desert for no reason.
What about Bira?
Well, I don't know. Word. Something happened. Beer. I don't know. This town just popped up out of nowhere. This Bira. 2 or 3 individuals stumbled into Bayar. Badly injured, burned.
Good.
All right, there's that. But that's all I got. So yeah, keep me up to date. I'll keep poking my nose around here and see if I can't find anything else out.
talk to you later.
Have a good one. And the stone stops glowing for a little bit. And
I'm
fades
gonna
out.
try and find Sarah.
She doesn't take more than like 3 seconds as you guys kind of you go to where you watched her walk up the stairs and you see her sitting at the bottom of the stairs sipping her tea.
I see you're enjoying the retired life. I'll do some adventuring. It seems we're now stuck doing that job and going around and handling various things.
Same as it was back in the day when we worked with her. Nothing's changed. Take the rock. I don't want it. She burned
appreciate
that
that.
bridge a long time ago.
I appreciate that.
That seems so permanent.
Yeah.
I joked with patients earlier, and you may not even appreciate hearing this, but I think you two are too similar for each other.
She was hot-headed and a problem back then. So, there's that.
So just
I
like
doubt-
she is now.
Worse.
Ah,
Oh,
The difference is back then she was young and her voice wasn't always like that. There's a reason she's called the Banshee. She paid a sacrifice, and there's a reason why you probably won't find too many more members of our party. So, take the
well,
rock.
I appreciate the rock. I appreciate the help here.
You're welcome.
I am going to do what I can to try and find this contract, this deed that you own. I might have
I would
some ideas.
greatly appreciate that, and I will poke my nose around here and see if I can't get any info for you from the conversation that I just overheard. My apologies. But if I find anything out, I will trade information for a deed if you find it.
I think we'll have ourselves a deal.
Sounds good. A deal it is. In the meantime,
100%.
I could just watch her like walking through the city. In the meantime, though, it looks like your friend over there has cleaned up a good chunk of the living room and the kitchen. Much appreciated. And you could bed down here for the night if you wish, or make your way back to your hotel rooms. But
Well,
I am gonna start dinner.
all but one of us really did not enjoy the night at our previous spot, so I certainly will take you up on the offer.
Sounds good. Well,
yeah, it was a bit much even for me.
understandable. I'm going to go out on a limb and say you stayed at the Dawn's Touch.
That's the one.
Unfortunately,
There's not too hard to be able to tell that. She points at KB. He's got the marks to prove it. So,
That was a scrap that I had earlier.
KB got
Yeah.
called out.
I'm sorry, honey, but a scrap doesn't leave marks like that. And she points to her neck.
Fair.
That's what I thought. Anyways, I'll start dinner. And as she kind of makes her way to the kitchen and begins to kind of cook, that's where we'll leave tonight, as my throat is really starting to hurt.
Understandable. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I can
She's
hear. I can
starting to-
hear it.
It's
You're a
getting scratchy.
trooper. You're a
It's getting
trooper.
scratchy. I had to, man. I missed it.
We
Last
did
week
exactly what
sucked.
I joked about. We found an NPC with a terrible voice for you to do and talk to her for the whole session.
It was leading up to that. It was just a matter of you guys getting to that point. So,
Secrets, secrets, secrets.
yeah. Looks like you guys are going down the road, so thank you all for coming. We'll see you guys again next week, maybe. This is
Wednesday,
next
maybe.
week.
Hopefully everybody's well recovered by then.
because
Next
that's
week's the day before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving
Boys.
Eve.
Oh, that's
we
true.
might.
Ooh.
Yeah, I actually had to look for a second. Yeah. If it
I'll be
works
out-
out, it works
I'll
out.
be out of time and unable to play. I'll
There you
call
go.
it now.
Yeah.
So
Follow
we're
it.
off for next week. So I'm even more happy that we got this in because
Yeah.
I kind of assumed we might be off. So it's just that time of year, holidays, family. It's a game. We play it.
We always have like at least a couple periods of the year where like we go on a decently long hiatus
all the
just
time.
because we can't all be there.
It
Or
happens.
like it's holidays and everybody's traveling or just busy with prep shit.
It happens. It's all right. That's why I want to squeeze
Yep.
this one in. So,
But we always keep coming back.
For the first time in a while, I'll have a quest log for him.
ooh.
Ooh, I've got one of those.
Quest log.
You guys have kind of been
I-
floating in between stuff for a while. Like nothing had actually been set in stone yet.
I know. Now we have objectives.
Did I write it down wrong? I thought the city was on lockdown. Like I thought we
It
were
is,
stuck here
it
right
is.
now. Okay.
Right now,
Yeah.
it's still on a lockdown because of whatever this assassination attempt happened. Now, is there other ways out of the city?
Yeah, but at the
Possibly.
same time, it's not the worst thing because we do want to help try to find this deed. So, I mean,
Yeah.
we need a little bit of time
And-
anyway.
The people we're looking for can't leave either. So
No,
True.
but she said something about like going to another town, and I was like, I think we're stuck.
Yeah, for now.
we're not stuck in Molten Hammer. Molten Hammer is stuck with us.
Yes.
True. True.
God help us. God help me.
Oh,
That's what Patience said in that cage match. Fuck it. I'm not trapped in here with you.
all right, stream.
What?
Thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great Thanksgiving next week. Be safe, be
Yeah.
kind, and we'll see you the following week.
Happy
Bye-bye.
holidays. Take care.
Bye
Good
bye.
night.